We start right now at noon with breaking news this afternoon. 67 people are assumed dead after an Army helicopter hit an American Airlines jet as it was landing in Washington, D.C. last night. Officials say it is likely to be the worst U.S. aviation disaster in nearly 25 years. We've got team coverage following the latest developments. Laura Sandlin is live at Toledo Express Airport talking to passengers about their concerns this afternoon. But I want to start right now with Amanda Fay, who has the latest on the investigation and what caused this crash. Amanda?
Well, Melissa, we don't know right now what exactly caused this crash, but we do know that this plane was coming into Ronald Reagan Airport making a routine landing. First responders in D.C. reported at least 28 bodies were pulled from the icy waters of the Potomac River after the helicopter on a training mission collided with the jet late Wednesday as it was landing. The plane carried 60 passengers and 4 crew. 3 soldiers were aboard the helicopter. President Donald Trump talked about the tragedy just a little while ago. He said he listened to the tapes from air traffic control and says investigators will piece together exactly what happened as quickly as possible.
We have to have our smartest people. It doesn't matter what they look like, how they speak, who they are. It matters intellect, talent, the word talent. They have to be talented, naturally talented geniuses. You can't have regular people doing that job. They won't be able to do it. But we'll restore faith in American air travel.
The new Transportation Secretary, Sean Duffy, also spoke and said his office is taking responsibility and what happened last night should not have happened, and the department will work to make sure it doesn't happen again. Melissa?
All right, Amanda, thanks so much. The deadly crash last night has many people talking about safety while flying today. We talked to a retired lieutenant colonel from the U.S. Air Force just moments ago. He says this incident highlights the safety concerns in that particular area. He explains there are overlapping flight paths between military bases there and airports, with military aircraft and commercial planes coming and going. And there are some visual challenges for pilots in this very busy area.
It's hard for me to tell from the audio recording what Pat 25 was doing and where they were operating. I did hear that they said that they saw the aircraft coming in, which obviously I don't think they did. I think they bit off on something else that wasn't the actual aircraft that they thought it was. But both aircraft were doing a visual maneuver. So it is a hopefully we get more data about this and can, restructure. The best safety structures are ones that are built so that you can't run into each other. So the fact that there is a possibility that this could happen means there needs to be a change. So I'm sure that will happen. 45 Alpha.
We're working to post this full interview with the retired lieutenant colonel on WTOL 11+. We can also confirm this afternoon a U.S. figure skater from Toledo was not on board that flight. Lindsay Fitzpatrick did compete in the U.S. Figure Skating Championships in Wichita this past week. She posted on her official team Instagram this morning that her heart goes out to everyone on that plane and their loved ones. And we do know there are at least some figure skaters from the Wichita area that were on board. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy says the nation's air travel is still the safest in the world. But we wanted to find out if passengers feel safe after this crash. Laura Sandlin joins us live from Toledo Express Airport this afternoon. Laura, you talked to people who are flying just hours after this crash. Do they have any concerns this afternoon?
Melissa, I spoke with numerous passengers this morning who tell me that they hadn't even heard of the crash, and those who had didn't really have many concerns going into their flight this morning. Passengers coming and going said that the airports they visited this morning were out of ordinary and they didn't seem any weird. Those who had heard of the crash said they were sad for those who had been lost, but didn't have any concern for their own flights. We talked with one passenger, though, who says he's not panicked to fly, but it crossed his mind that this could happen to him.
Not really, just the usual nervousness of flying, but kind of just thought, like, what if that was my plane, and kind of worried me a little bit, but nothing too serious.
We reached out to Toledo Express administration to see if any of their operations had been impacted by the collision in D.C., but have not heard back yet. We'll continue to update you with what we hear from passengers today at Toledo Express. Reporting from Toledo Express Live, Laura Sandlin, WTOL 11.
And make sure you stay with us both on air and online as we continue following the latest on the D.C. plane crash. We'll continue live updates on WTOL 11+, and you can also download the app for free on your TV and catch up with us there.